We will call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
John Righeimer,
Here.
Stacy Hessel, Tom Duffy, Steve Carriennen, Randy Newman. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Please read the certification of compliance with open meetings law.
The meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by Section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Thank you. The meeting agenda is set. Public comments. I have Chris Treeland. Chris Treeland Newman.
I'm Chris Treeland Newman, 7476 North Pat's Landing Road. I also have Susan Mallett with me. We are volunteers for the Sawyer County Snowmobile and ATV Alliance. We just wanted to come in and touch base and let you know that we are still working. I'm finding a permanent replacement for Kathy. In the meantime, one of us might pop in just to give a quick update. I am the liaison between County Forestry and the Sawyer County Snowmobile and ATV Alliance, so I work closely with Greg Peterson on trails and grants. Susan has just joined us recently at the Alliance level, and she is taking over the trail counters. So we hope to have some good data for you on those in the near future. So that's all I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's it. Is there anybody online? Comment? No? Okay. Consider approval of meetings from the previous meeting. Motion by Stacy Hessel, second by Tom Duffy. Any discussion? All those in favor? All right. Minutes approved. University of Wisconsin Extension Report.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you got the report in the packet. Just a nice summary of the last quarter for us. And I think Ariga is going to maybe be joining us yet this morning to give a little bit more of a report in person. And then Donna will be back in February to do that for us. So, but in the meantime, I wanted to introduce to you another Lori. I'm kind of biased to the name Lori, but so Lori Adrian has now joined us as our support staff for our department. And so Lori comes to us from the FoodWise program, you may remember, has been discontinued. And so she was over in Washburn County doing the work that Kim does here in Sawyer County. And so we were excited to have Lori join us. She's in Minong, so it's a little quicker to get here to Hayward than it was to Shell Lake. So Lori will be working with us for 14 hours a week now and has already jumped in and learned lots of new things. So Rebecca was with us for approximately 5 hours a week or so before, but in our budget we had 14 hours a week. Rebecca just couldn't give us that amount of time. And so we have now transitioned into having Lori with us instead. So questions, comments, anything you're thinking about? No?
Thank you. Super happy to be here, learn all the processes and all the people. So
Yeah. I know Ariga is working on doing the strategic plan, and we're looking forward to matching our reports in the future to the goals and priorities of the county. And so our reports might start looking a little different after that. But she's also teaching some grant writing classes out at LCO and has started that, I think, last week. And Donna will report to you in February. I don't want to spoiler alert, but I know 4-H is growing pretty exponentially here in Sawyer County under her leadership too. So we're excited about that. I think she put the numbers in the report, so it's not too much of a surprise. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I don't need to keep yapping at you. But if you have questions, feel free to let us know. If Ariga shows up, then maybe she'll have an opportunity to say something in the future, but don't feel like you have to come back to her either, okay? All right, thank you.
thank you.
Hayward Lakes Visitors and Convention Bureau report.
Good morning, everyone. Mindy Simons, Executive Director of Hayward Lakes Visitor and Convention Bureau.
I'm going to do a little recap on our fall marketing. So fall is one of our most important shoulder seasons, and we made a big push this year. So the results that are in my report basically indicate August 1st through October 13th. General website traffic was up significantly, 16.3%, along with sessions, engaged sessions, views, all of that was up. The big spike that you see is actually from one of our initial posts about our fall color tours, which are incredibly popular. So if you look towards the bottom, when we look at referrals and traffic, referrals are in line with all of our advertising campaigns that we've been doing. So Google, Star Tribune, Facebook, Midwest Outdoors, Minnesota Parent, and Chicago Parent, we all ran fall-focused campaigns, and those all show up within our referral sites. Top states are also in line with that target advertising: Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, and Iowa. When we look at campaign performance, organic traffic on the second page. So organic traffic is actually from like a Google search, which is not a paid Google search, just an organic Google search. So somebody just typed in Hayward Lakes or Hayward, Wisconsin, it will come up, and then the direct traffic is actually from people directly entering in our URL and directly entering in haywardlakes.com. So we've gotten some really great sessions from organic and direct, which is great. Our referral traffic has also been up, and that's from our some of our external partners, like the Hayward Area Chamber has a link to our website, the Sawyer County Snowmobile Alliance, and some of our other partner organizations have links to our website. So the best part of all of these numbers is that we have really high engagement. So the number of actual sessions and the number of engaged sessions are very closely matched. So people are spending time on the site and hopefully planning visits to the area. We ran a fall YouTube campaign. And actually, we experimented with two different campaigns. So we ran one that we were looking for just strictly video views, which is what we've basically run in the past for awareness and things like that. We got great impressions, great engagement. We got 123,847 views, which is a lot. This was just basically a fall-focused video with all different fall activities. Great awareness, but not a lot of engagement. So then we also ran a campaign for conversions. We spent an identical spend of $1,200 each on each campaign. So the conversions are actually asking for clicks into our website. So we actually got 10,008 views, which were actually engaged views, and then it led into another 10,000 clicks. So the people who actually viewed it from the conversion campaign did go ahead and click right into the website. So when we're looking at top performing pages, the webcams, of course, are always one of the top. But if you look at the activities, the fall and winter activities, that was the page that we had everyone click into for the fall campaigns. And comparative to last year, the fall winter activity page got 35 clicks and 20 engaged sessions last year. And this fall, it got close to a little bit over 3,000 clicks with another 2,900 engaged sessions. So definite measurable improvement in people who were engaging in fall activities and looking for fun things to do this fall. Any questions?
Yeah, this might be a long-winded answer, so we don't have to go into it too much, but I may have mentioned this in the past. Like when I looked at those numbers, we were breaking down for the state, the counties, which Sawyer looked very good. So I think
Yes.
everything, so this isn't not a beef, but I'm just wondering, what's so special about Vilas? Like they're like almost double what we are. Is that something we should be looking at? It's like, what are they doing, not doing? Is there something inherent within Vilas that it would be foolish for us to even aspire to be like that because there's something unique to that? You know what I'm saying?
That's a really good question. I am actually headed to Madison on Wednesday for the Fall Destinations Wisconsin Conference, and I'll do a little digging while I'm there and find out some more. I don't know a ton about Vilas County, but it's a really good question, and I will do some digging while I'm there. So, yeah. Thank you.
Northwest Regional Planning Commission report? No. Sawyer County LCO Economic Development Corporation report?
Good morning. Adam Lamori, Sawyer County LCO Economic Development Corporation. Oh, few things on my list that we have coming up and that we have done. Excuse me. December 9th, anyone in Sawyer County that's interested, I'm going to put on a financial literacy workshop. What we see specifically with our incubator program is people come in and want to start a business, and the financial literacy part is the lacking part. They don't have cash. They're not managing their own personal finances. So one of the needs that we see is the need for some education before they're able to go and get funding to start whatever business they want to start. So I'm going to offer that class through WIBIC on December 9th. So I'm sure you can all put that on your calendars. It's going to be entertaining. We did, in conjunction with the library, we offered a fraud prevention workshop. Not very well attended, but it was offered to our area businesses. We just see more and more fraudulent, whether it's emails or messages that are sent to people. In fact, I got one from the steakhouse last week. Someone was trying to get me to buy an Amazon card for them. So it happens often. And so it's just another thing that we'll look at in the future. We also had a beam signing. I know some of you were there for that at the Lumber Exchange. The building is progressing really nice. It's pretty impressive when you drive by it. We're looking forward to the opening of that next year. We're actually going to ramp up. The EDC we have the Thrive Grant, and in this Thrive Grant, we have $25,000. One thing that I'm working on is a business plan for our incubator, but attached to this, we have funds that are going directly towards marketing. So that would be building up our social media that'll be informing Sawyer County residents of the business incubator and the technical assistance that we're going to be providing. And so there's a lot of documents that we're putting together for that. So that kind of falls under our business incubator right now. And excuse me. And then also the forestry revitalization bill is front and center. I did speak with, people that are close to it, and it sounds like they're going through WEDC and waiting for them to possibly fund this bill. And that would be a huge asset if they can get that organization to do that. Bottom line is it's a big deal for Sawyer County and for our entire economy, which leads me to, I talked to a local builder who is definitely interested in that bill, but we're in the works, and it sounds like we're going to be able to get them to build some single family homes. So I'm also working on that, and we're in the pretty early stages of that. So a lot of positive things as far as that goes. Anyone have any questions this morning? That's a great question. So obviously it's closed until next year, and they're going to remodel the entire complex, including changing their menu. And that's really what we know. I mean, the sale went through. I know they had some deed restrictions and stuff like that slowed the process, but the sale has been finalized. What it's going to look like exactly, I don't know. Yeah, that has been sold. I actually don't know that. Does anyone? I don't know the new owner.
It's actually the management group that owns the Holiday Inn Express.
Thank you.
Yep.
And I know the Quick Trip, the old Quick Trip is going to be sold as well. That hasn't closed yet, but there was multiple offers on that Quick Trip. I know there was 3 different parties that were interested in that, and that has sold. That is close. In fact, I just reached out today to find out because it was supposedly the end of October and we're there. And as I drive by, it looks extremely close. One thing I can tell you is they're very thorough and they've been working on the backside, getting their menu together, getting everything organized. And so apparel to everything they offer, they have workers that are working diligently. So when they open, they're going to be ready to rock. Bistro kind of thing. Yeah, sandwiches, healthy foods. Yeah. Be ripped. That I don't. I was trying to think if there's anything else. A lot of good things. We are going to get this forestry bill through, and hopefully we can get all sides. It should be a nonpartisan issue. It's good for a lot of things. All right. You guys have a good day.
Motorized trail, are you, nothing? Sure. We miss Kathy, so.
Right now, the Alliance and their volunteer clubs are in the trail brushing and cleaning up mode. Both ATV and snowmobile clubs are working together to get that done, ready for snowmobile season, which we're going to have a great snowmobile season. Our grants, we've already put in for our grants for the year, so those are on hold now, waiting for DNR approval after they've already been approved at the state. Like I said, we have, Susan is taking on the trail counter, so we're excited to have that. We've got some good numbers. We put in a new trail between Twin Lakes Road and Highway 77 to take some of the traffic off of the right-of-way on 77. So we're starting to get some good numbers there, which we're really excited about. Other than that, we're just keep plugging along, so.
Thank you. I've seen summer weather reports all kind of mixed, but I did see one that had below normal snow and cold south, but north above. So that would be good. If the south doesn't get the snow and we do, everybody wants to come up. Take that, Vilas County. Right. Tom, anything on silent sports?
Well, let's see, the registration again is 8,500 skiers. Again, they hope to have 11,000, but everyone's kind of waiting for snow. And it's not snow so much in Hayward and Cable, it's snow in the neighboring areas. Brook is too tough to ski if you can't train. And if there's no snow in the Twin Cities, it's tough to get that extra number. So there's kind of standby to see what's going to happen with the snow. So if we can quote you guys that we'll have snow, maybe that'll help with registration. Also, they finished now the mowing and brushing on the Brookie Trail. The next event is going to be an on-snow training camp for Thanksgiving called the Turkey Brookie. The snow guns are ready to go, and all we need now is some cold weather, if not snow. So that's still on. They've now just finished up the number of bleachers at the Lumberjack Bowl. I think that kind of completes what I have to report.
Excellent. Thanks, Tom. Any board-appointed committee updates? Correspondence reports from conferences and meetings.
I was out on the trails on Saturday and they were wonderful. So good job.
Excellent. Any future agenda items? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.